First of all, I'd like to say it's nice to be back in the Rough House. It's a place that I've spent a lot of time in over the last bunch of years, and being around a bunch of good people, a bunch of good fans, and it's enjoyable to be back in the building, even if it's only by recording. But at the same time, I want to also thank Mr. Dale and Jay Morris. I mean, those two guys as owners, for one allowing this to happen as far as me being honored in this particular way. I want to thank them not only for that, but for the things that they did for me while I was working for them. There was a time when, back in 2009, when those two guys took over as our new owners, and when they decided to continue with me as their head coach, I felt like that was an honor, and I think that's something that they didn't necessarily have to do. I mean, a lot of times new ownership comes in and brings in a new coach with them, but Jay and Dale decided that they were going to stay with me, and that meant a lot to me, and that made me work harder for them. That made me enjoy working for them, because I felt like we were kind of connected at the hip, and it meant something to all of us. We ended up having two great playoff runs together. I mean, I think we were 2 for 2 in playoff runs, and working together, and I think that is attributed to the fact that we all got along, and the fact that we wanted to work with each other and wanted to be together. So that says a lot there, and I definitely want to thank them. I also want to thank all the fans in the city of Odessa and Midland. You guys made it great for me to live there. I mean, I was there for the most part of 8 years living there. I had 2 of my kids born there, in that area, and I feel really, a part of that community, and I'm proud to be able to say that I was there as long as I was, and to have met some of the people that I met. Big time fans that come to our games and support us. Big Kevin down there in the corner watches us hard and supports us throughout every season since the time that I was there. Guys like Troy Walker, who are always right there being loud and rowdy on the sideline. I think those are the things that made it so much fun for me to be there. Also with the arena. I mean, Don Thorne and his group, Robin and Jerry and Andy, everybody in the front office there at the arena, made it enjoyable to come to work in the building every day. So it's just a place that'll always be special to me. It's something that I'm very honored by, for you guys to honor me in this particular way. I think we did a lot of good things, there with the football program, but at the same time, that's attributed to having a good staff and good people that want to work with you. Had a great bunch of assistant coaches over the years that worked with us. The Patterson brothers, Coach Brian Brents, who's now your head coach now. Just a lot of great football coaches that were there as assistants. Justin Silvers, Bryant Grove, Kenny Thompson, a bunch of really good football coaches that helped us develop the program the way that we felt like we, could leave it with a pretty good mark there. And also great players. You're talking about guys like Jermaine Blakely, Joe Babb, Tommy Jones. I mean, guys like that Darren Graham, guys who made the program what it was on the field. All that stuff worked together, and it gave us a great organization. And I think it's an organization that most people in indoor football know what it's all about, and they understand that Odessa, is a pretty good place to be when it comes to indoor football. And it's because of all these people. Guys like John Wright, Lau Avalos helped us with equipment and did all the grunt work for us. Raul Torres, guys like that. I mean, things like this don't work if you don't have good people and you don't have a good community around you to help you out. So I just want to say that I'm honored. This is the first time something like this has happened to me. Very, very, very honored, with the fact that this has happened. But at the same time, want to recognize the people who have helped, and also the people who made it all possible. So just want to say thank you, and definitely want to say go Roughnecks, and we're all going to be Roughnecks for life, that's for sure. So take care, and I'll see you soon.